In the adrenaline-fueled world of professional tennis where precision meets passion, there's one name that sparks controversy and ignites emotions like no other. Corentin Moutet, nicknamed the Tornado. But behind the fierce forehands and lightning-fast serves lies a tempestuous soul. A man whose journey on the court is marked not just by his skill, but by his explosive temper and emotional roller coaster. Picture this. The sun beats down mercilessly on the clay court, the crowd holding its breath as Moutet steps up to serve. But instead of the poised elegance expected of a tennis pro, he saunters to the baseline with an air of nonchalance, as if the match is a mere inconvenience to his day. His ball toss is lackadaisical, almost dismissive, as if daring his opponent to even try to return it. And when the point doesn't go his way, well, that's when the real show begins. In a fit of rage that seems to come out of nowhere, Moutet smashes his racket against the court, the strings snapping like a crack of thunder, his face contorted with anger, his eyes blazing with fire, threatening to consume everything in its path. This is not just a player frustrated with a missed shot. This is a man teetering on the edge of emotional oblivion. His every move a tightrope walk between genius and madness. But it's not just the opponents who feel the brunt of the Tornado's fury. Oh no, he's an equal opportunity offender, lashing out at everyone and anyone who dares to stand in his way. Just ask the Bulgarian rising star Adrian Andreev, who found himself on the receiving end of Moutet's wrath in a now infamous on-court altercation. The dramatic clash reached a boiling point at the 2022 ATP Orleans Challenger. After an intense battle that lasted nearly 3 hours, Andreev emerged victorious with a hard-fought 2-6, 7-6, 7-6 win, securing his spot in the quarterfinals. However, what transpired next sent shockwaves through the tennis world. Tensions increased at the net for the customary handshake. Moutet and Andreev engaged in a physical altercation, their tempers flaring in a display of raw emotion. Words turned to shoves, shoves turned to punches, and before anyone could intervene, chaos reigned supreme. It was a scene straight out of a gladiator arena, a primal display of aggression that left spectators stunned and officials scrambling. It took the intervention of the chair umpire to pry the combatants apart, but the damage was already done. In the aftermath, Moutet took to Instagram to shed light on the incident, revealing that Andreev had subjected him to verbal abuse on 2 separate occasions during the match and had refused to offer an apology. However, as new details emerged, the situation took an even more contentious turn. A video surfaced capturing Moutet seemingly attempting to hit Andreev during the pre-match warm-up, adding fuel to the already raging fire of controversy. As the tennis world reels from the fallout of this explosive confrontation, one thing is certain: the rivalry between Moutet and Andreev is far from over, and the echoes of their clash will reverberate through the sport for years to come. And yet, despite the mayhem he leaves in his wake, there's something strangely compelling about Moutet's antics. Perhaps it's the raw emotion, the unbridled passion that spills onto the court with every swing of his racket. Or maybe it's the sense of unpredictability, the knowledge that at any moment he could implode in a spectacular display of self-destruction. But for all his talent and flair, Moutet's demons eventually caught up with him. After one too many on-court fights and umpire outbursts, the French Federation had seen enough, promptly kicking him to the curb and washing their hands of the volatile star. It was a sobering reminder that even in the cutthroat world of sports, there are lines that cannot be crossed and boundaries that must be respected. And yet, even now, as he languishes in the shadows of his former glory, there's a part of Moutet that refuses to be tamed. A spark of defiance that glimmers in his eyes, daring anyone to underestimate him. Love him or hate him, there's no denying the impact he's had on the world of tennis. His legacy etched in the annals of history for better or for worse. Despite his undeniable talent and flashes of brilliance, Corentin Moutet's journey through the Grand Slam tournaments has been a roller coaster ride of highs and lows, with his highest ranking reaching world number 51 in November 2022. Moutet has tasted both triumphs and disappointment on the biggest stages of tennis. His standout moment came at the US Open in 2022, where he reached the round of 16, showcasing his potential on the grandest of stages. However, outside of Flushing Meadows, Moutet's success has been more modest. At the French Open, he reached the third round in 2019, while his performances at the Australian Open and Wimbledon have yet to see him progress beyond the second round. In 2023, Moutet faced a string of disappointments in the Grand Slam arena, suffering 3 consecutive second-round exits at the Australian Open, French Open, and Wimbledon. The nadir of his season came at the US Open, where he fell to Andy Murray in the first round, a bitter pill to swallow for the fiery Frenchman. Yet despite the setbacks, Moutet's hunger for success remains undiminished, his eyes firmly set on redemption in the seasons to come. As Corentin Moutet grappled with the bitter taste of defeat at the US Open, his resolve only hardened, his eyes fixed firmly on the horizon of redemption. But as fate would have it, his journey took an unexpected turn, leading him down a path rife with controversy and confrontation. In the tornado of controversy surrounding the French tennis sensation, a storm brewed anew over a Twitter post shared by the official ATP profile. The video, a snippet from the Netflix series Breakpoint, showcased the antics that contributed to the notorious bad boy image of none other than Nick Kyrgios. Fuming with indignation, Moutet took to social media, his words dripping with disdain. They punish us with hefty fines for expressing ourselves on the court. Yet they shamelessly profit off tennis's drama. Quite the paradox, he penned, his frustration palpable with every keystroke. Moutet didn't mince words as he called out the ATP and Grand Slam organizers, questioning the hypocrisy of swiftly penalizing Kyrgios for his on-court misconduct, while simultaneously leveraging his controversial persona to boost the sport's appeal. It's a double standard, Moutet declared in an interview with Tennis Magazine, his voice ringing with conviction. The tours can't have it both ways. They can't preach about a clean sport while simultaneously capitalizing on the very behaviors they condemn. Yet amidst the chaos and controversy, Moutet remains steadfast in his principles. While he acknowledges his own fiery demeanor on the court, he vehemently rejects the label of a bad boy. I'm not perfect, he admits, in his resolute tone, but I own my mistakes and grow from them. Tennis is a solitary journey, and I only answer to myself and my team. As the dust settles and the tennis world braces for the fallout, one thing is clear: Corentin Moutet is a force to be reckoned with, both on and off the court. And as he navigates the turbulent waters of his professional tennis career, his unwavering determination and unyielding integrity serve as a beacon of hope in a sea of uncertainty. Indeed, Moutet's journey is one of self-discovery and resilience. Unfazed by the opinions of others, he remains steadfast in his commitment to honesty and integrity, traits that define his character both on and off the court. So the next time you find yourself courtside, watching the drama unfold, spare a thought for Corentin Moutet, a man with a racket in one hand and his demons in the other, fighting an internal battle that's as gripping as any match on the court. And who knows, maybe just maybe his story is far from over. After all, in the world of tennis, anything can happen, especially when the tornado is involved.